Okay, so I guess about the talent specialist, my first question is like, how's the employment outlook in the career field? Like,
Honestly, it's employment income outlook.
I guess so, yeah.
It depends on what you're wanting.
Mm.
Because sometimes there's cases where you need an employment where it pays you enough to sustain family,
Yeah, yeah.
but then there's some people who want to grow. So in a sense, it's sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually income to support you and your family. So I believe it's sustainable, but there's always something that you, if you're that kind of a worker, you're going to want to improve yourself.
Okay, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. So, like, then my next question is like, aside from like visible compensation, like, do you get any like job satisfaction or like, do you get like mental growth or what does the career like yield for you in the future?
Honestly, it's very impactful on your employment too, because basically what I do is I help people who've recently been laid off or
Okay.
unemployed,
Yeah.
and I work for the state.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we are funded to help these people who walk through our doors looking for a job. So it's really a mental click between you and this client that walk through the door, and they basically say, I have a family and I need to support them. I need to do it now. So it's really, it motivates me to work my best for them, to find them a job. And not just any job,
Right,
honestly. I want to find them a job where they can not only improve,
Mm-hmm.
they can also, get promoted,
Mm-hmm.
and something that they want to do. So
Okay.
when I first meet a client who walks through the door, I'm always asking, what do you want to do? What is your reason for coming in? And usually they're like, oh, just to make money. I'm like, okay, well then if you just want to make money, we're gonna have to start from the bottom. There's people who walk in and like, oh, I need to sustain my family. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Let's move on that. That motivates you. Let's work together to get you employment as soon as possible.
Okay, so they all come in with like different reasons for
Exactly.
why. Okay, okay. So then, from the positive now to the negative, like what are some negative like aspects of this career field? Like, is it hard with some customers or like?
Honestly, the negative aspect in my experience so far is basically because I work for the state.
Yeah.
Numbers matter a lot.
Mm.
So because of that, there's a lot of pressure to get things done, even though a lot of the times these clients come in with situations, case by case. Some of them have medical issues. Some of them might actually have family emergencies. But for the state to look at us, all they see are numbers.
Oh, right, right.
And
Okay.
you're trying to give it to them, but let's say 1%. That 1% is that 1% to meet your goal. You know that they're in a really bad situation, and your supervisor tells you get those hours today, and you know you can't because they just sat next to you, bawled their eyes out, threw themselves at you, and let you know they're not in a good situation. That's one really bad one. There is a situations where clients come in and they expect you to find them a job.
Ooh, yeah.
They're like, find me a job, this is my resume. And I'm like, no, 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 it's not how that works. We're in this together.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
This is
Yeah.
for you.
Mm.
So you have clients that walk in and because they've been laid off, not
Right.
fired, not they've been laid off because there's not enough money in the company. So they come in and they're like, you need to find me something. I want this much money. I need this in my career. I need this hours. I need these benefits. And I'm like, no, 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 no. If that's what you're looking for, you need to do your research. But what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to help. I'm supposed to push you along the right path, not do it for you. So there's just two kinds of different negatives in this position.
Does anyone ever like quit or like switch careers because it's like too bad or like they don't like it or anything?
The turnover rate is pretty moderate, I'd say, just because when they hire you, they ask you
Like ask you like
how you take criticism, how you handle clients.
Oh, okay.
And they want to make sure that you are able to handle it before they hire you, because it costs money.
Right,
to
yeah.
hire someone. So you're always in a position where, they ask you, and of course when you're interviewing, you want to say, oh, of course I do that, of course I do. So you got to show actions. You got to show them, oh yes, I can handle, difficult clients.
Okay.
So
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Then what's the most important thing that someone planning to enter this career should know?
one really, really, really important thing that going into this is nothing is personal.
Right, okay. That makes sense.
So don't take your work home. You need to learn to empathize with these clients, but not let it walk out the door with you.
Okay.
There's situations that there's different kinds of people, but you need to learn to distance yourself, but also be there for them, because some of these clients literally have no home, and they have 3 kids. They're living in a shelter, and they have to go to work every day, and they have to go pick up their kids via bus, no car. So they're in a situation that you on your end are watching them suffer through, and you can only comfort them for so much. And you think, what can I do? What can I do personally? You can't think like that. You got to go through the system, because if you tie yourself to that one person personally, then you're stuck.
Yeah.
You get really stuck because you think about it at night, and that's not healthy, because that's not the only one. There's hundreds. So I always try to tell myself, what you're doing is for them. Don't think you're doing this for the state. Don't think that you're doing this for numbers. You're doing this for them. You provide them the services that they need, and you give them an ear. Because one thing that's been really hard in this position so far is a lot of my supervisors, a lot of my coworkers, they're like, you have 30 minutes to talk to one person. And 30? I'm like, okay, well, the 30 minutes is when they come in and they tell me how they're doing. And then the other 30 minutes is when I get to talk to them and improve, see what we need to do. They say you need only 30 minutes per client, but because you have so much work to do.
Right.
But in my opinion, if I work hard enough and I give them the time still, I can do it.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of worker I want to be for this company. I want to show them, not only can you provide an ear, not only can you empathize, you're not a robot. You're not going to come in, 30 minutes, thank you for these numbers, you're done. I'm done with you. Good luck out there.
So is it like a process, or is it just like a one-time thing that you get together?
It's a process.
It's a process?
But you meet with them once a week.
Oh, okay.
But of course there are some clients that they need to realize it's not going to come to them.
Yeah.
It's not gonna all of a sudden rise up from the ground and everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna get a full-time job, you're gonna get benefits, you're gonna have an apartment. It's not like that. Yeah. So of course there's situations where you have people who are like, why isn't it working? And I'm like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on? What is your everyday activity? Because there's little things like spending your money on things you don't need to be spending when you should be spending on your kids or putting in a savings account. So there's different things that. Case by case is a really strong word there. Case by case.
Oh, okay. How many hours do you work in a typical week?
Okay, because it's the state, I'm required 40. But it varies because it's pretty strict. They want you in and out in 40 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. But sometimes, when you get holed up and there's things that you need to get taken care of, it could go up to 43. But this job particularly, they need you 40.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if you work more than 40, is it overtime or something? Okay.
But because there's a budget, they try not to let you do it. They'll check your hours Thursday and they'll go, oh, you need to leave now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they check in with you.
Okay. That sounds. Let's see. How would you describe the corporate culture?
The corporate culture is very interesting because basically you want to what's the word? You want to be seen. You want people to see your results.
Acknowledge you.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to, be like that person that, oh, I did that, or I raised that number by 20%, or I was the one that was able to find a new employer that wants to, work with 30 people. So in this corporate universe, it's kind of hard because you think everyone works together. And I'm not saying they're not. Yeah. I'm just saying what you see walking in is there's always people who work their hardest to be seen. Yeah. So it's very important in this corporate world.
Okay, so when you say you raised the number by whatever percent, what does that mean? The number of clients you have that helps you reach your goal or something?
Because the state gives them benefits, and then they have to come in to see me to find employment. Because there's limited time on the benefits. Because if you're in a position in your life and you literally need money coming in to support your family, the state will give it to you. But because you're getting the money, you need to be doing something in order for them. Participation is what it's called. So when you get participation. You record every month.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're not compliant.
Mm-hmm.
So then you are put in a position where you have to tell them, I'm going to have to penalize you. You're not getting your benefits next month.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that puts them in a position where, okay, I got to do what they want if I want my money to support my family because they're not employed yet.
Yeah.
So basically, we're in a, I do this for you, you do this for me kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in a position where if we get everybody and all of their numbers are in,
mm-hmm.
it goes up. It only goes up.
Okay.
But if we don't communicate with them, if they don't come in and then they think they cannot talk to us and communicate with us, that's when we get our numbers down. Mm-hmm. So it's on us as caseworkers and talent developmental specialists to reach out and say, how's the work going? What's going on with you? We got to get to know what's going on with their lives to know that, oh, I need this, you need to be doing this. This is kind of the process. So it's good to be involved, but also be aware of what needs to be different or what needs to be added on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the clients come to you, or like you look for clients like who?
They're required to see us.
Oh.
So basically when the client gets the benefits,
mm-hmm.
they have to come see us.
Okay.
When they don't,
uh-huh.
we have to contact them. Hey, there's a system online that lets us know, oh, this person's gotten money this month. Oh, they need to come in and they need to meet with us.
Yeah.
If they don't meet with us, we have to say, if you don't meet with us by this time next week, we're penalizing you, so you don't get your benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, we don't outreach. We don't find people to come in.
Mm-hmm.
It's the people who are getting the benefits that we reach out to.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I guess, could you describe your like typical work day? Like how many clients do you meet, or?
Okay. So this situation here it varies. I've been with this company, I'd say about 7 months now.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally say every day is different. So basically you come in,
mm-hmm.
you walk in, you start up your computer. The one thing you always do is you always want to take time apart to check your voicemails, your emails, and any notes that were left for you. Because it's always important to know that if anyone left anything for you, or if there's any client that reached out to you, I need to see you first thing in the morning, or anything like that, or emergencies or deadlines,
mm-hmm.
First thing in the morning, so you have all day to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you process what you mean take care of. Because every day there's a different deadline.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on the deadline, what we do is we have orientations.
Okay.
So basically we meet with these people who come in,
mm-hmm.
and we set aside about 2 hours. And then, lunch.
Yeah.
And then basically a lot of the times we have clients that walk in. They need to see us immediately. Something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Emergencies.
Right.
Or I need gas cards or something like that.
Uh-huh.
We sometimes because there's no appointment, I can't see them. So I have to wait 5 seconds. I've got all this personal information, all this people's social numbers, these numbers, date of births on my table. I can't let anybody see that. So I have to put everything away in locked drawers, shut my computer off, and then I can go get them. So I always tell my people, you have to wait. Or there's always a chance that when people walk in, I'm seeing somebody, I'm in the middle of a deadline, or I'm working on something, which is people's information. So sometimes I always want people to acknowledge, wait 5 minutes, you walked in by yourself, there's no appointment, you didn't even call me ahead of time to let me know you're coming. So whenever that happens, I'm like coming up, I say, hey, come on back, let's get started, what's going on? So usually I try my best to do 30 minutes just because my supervisor recommends it.
Okay.
But if it goes over, I'm not going to go, oh, you know what? Our time is up. Because that's as blatant as can be, like, oh, you don't care about me. Why am I
doing this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not only that, but what's the point of having to communicate with you what's going on with me if you don't even care?
Yeah.
Because I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do need to know. What are you doing? Like, how's everything going? Because I need to know, are you improving your employment situation? Are you giving yourself the ability to transfer your skills to employment? So it's like, what's the point of telling you kind of thing?
Yeah.
So every day is different, but in the end, you're always going to have a situation where you check things, where you meet with people, and you have deadlines.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I guess for my last question, it's going to be about the salary. So, like, what's the starting salary, and then, like, how do you go up from there? Or if you can't go up from there.
So the starting salary is $15 an hour.
Okay.
So basically, I'm in a situation where I was a contract with them beforehand, and I was a coordinator. So contract workers are a little different than actual employees. So basically, they brought me on. But basically, what you have to do is prove in your performance, show that you are improving the program in order to get moved up. And time, because you need to dedicate time. They're not going to give you more money if you're going to stay with them for 2 years and leave. They want to see your what's that word, dedication, like devotion to the company. They don't see the point in, oh, just because you improved in the past 6 months, I'm going to give it to you. No. You got to prove not only in loyalty but also in performance.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But